And all I can think about is like, wow, all of these people are gonna get airborne AIDS. That little baby is gonna get airborne AIDS.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the show. We have a great one planned for you today, but first, before we get to all of the woke lefties swimming in the liberal pool of madness, we do need to thank today's sponsor. It is at Melissa Sullivan 5899. Thank you very much, Melissa, for sponsoring today's episode and for your ongoing support of the channel. It is greatly appreciated, and it really makes me happy that you like the show. So I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day, Melissa, and let's get on with the rest of the show. Let's do it. News and nuts. News and nuts. Hey, it's news and nuts.
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. By the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
KJP is kicking off her book tour. Her book is called Independent because she ditched the Democratic Party to become independent. But the curious thing is she is still making excuses for Biden's mental collapse. I'm not going to say decline because it's way worse than a decline. It is an utter collapse. But listen to some of these delusional statements that she's making. It's like she's still working for Biden. It's weird. Check it out.
He talked way less to the press than Donald Trump does. Way less.
You weren't paying attention to what we were doing at the White House. But
I paid attention. I'm with you on the policies. I'm talking about his performance.
The president spoke to the American people a couple times a week.
The way that he was treated in those 3 weeks was awful. It was deplorable. I had never seen this visceral reaction and the attack on this man who, by objectively had a good 3 years.
As a Black woman, as a person who's also LGBTQ, I feel as if those communities that I am part of largely get taken for granted.
Well, it looks like Kamala Harris might be making a run for the presidency in 2028. Let's cross our fingers for that one, because that would be the best news the Republican Party could possibly hear. So let's take a look. She doesn't actually say it, but she's really seems to be leaning into it. Check it out.
We have to win on everything, and it's about not only elections, but around this war on disinformation, and also just lifting up the ability of us as Americans to trust each other. There's a lot of work to be done, and I'm in it, and I'm here for the fight.
President Trump is starting construction on the big, beautiful ballroom. That's a lot of bees. But he is really thrilled to get this project started, and you could just hear it in his voice. Check it out.
I said, if I do this again, I'm going to get a ballroom built, and we're putting up our own money. With the government is paying for nothing. You probably hear the beautiful sound of construction to the back. You hear that sound? Oh, that's music to my ears. I love that sound. Other people don't like it. I love it.
And of course, the Dems are completely poo-pooing the construction project, stating that, oh my gosh, look, it looks horrible. Well, yeah, it looks horrible right now. They just started tearing stuff down. It's like right in the beginning stages of demolition. Of course it's going to look bad. And here is the view. I don't know what it is with Democrats these days and breaking into absolutely horrible song in protest, but here they are.
You don't own it. You cannot take it down. You don't own it. Tacky, gaudy, nasty ballroom.
He's pooping on the American people, literally.
But to take literally a wrecking ball to the White House,
I can't.
It's grotesque. Just grotesque. Yeah, far different.
It's
yeah.
painful. I mean, this historic structure.
It's history being torn to shreds.
I mean, there's so much beauty and history in the East Wing, so it's sad to see that, that huge hole there.
So all of this whining and complaining about the Democrats, I'm so tired of them not giving the full story, because they're just saying, oh my gosh, President Trump he's just ruining the White House with a snapshot of demolition. But they fail to say to the American people, and I took a little bit of notes. So the ballroom is going to cost $250 million. It's being paid for by Trump and by private donors. And we should have no complaints about that. But let me just give you just a few moments in time where presidents in the past have had construction on the White House and nobody lifted a finger or raised an eyebrow about it. So Nixon added a bowling alley. Okay. Theodore Roosevelt built the West Wing, which everybody knows that's famous. That's a famous part of the White House now. FDR built, he added a second floor to a section of the White House. Truman changed the foundation to a section of the White House. Nixon changed the pool to the press room, which is currently being used. That's a great addition. Let's see. Oh, and then Ford built an outdoor swimming pool. So a lot of presidents in the past have made alterations and tweaks to the White House and to the foundation, but it all turns out totally great, totally beautiful. So please, liberals, stop your whining and just let President Trump have this one. Come on. It's okay. You'll be okay. All right, my friends, that's it for the news. Now on to the nuts. In this next clip, this gentleman has an alternate plan to get his motorcycle up into the back of his pickup. However, I think it looked better on paper than the execution of said plan. Check it out. Well, my friends, due to popular demand, I'm going to be extending the Halloween version of Idle Hands with the zombie until, let's just say, the middle of November. That'll give everybody a chance to pick one up that wants to, and I do appreciate it. All right, let's get back to the show. With Halloween right around the corner and decorations going up, it looks like this black lab walked into an ambush of black cats and just froze. I don't know if it was scared or if it was going into like flight or fight mode. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. The poor guy. Check it out.
Maverick.
One with the Halloween decorations. I know, baby. It's not moving at all. His tail's not even flinching.
Maverick. Hey, come on. Mav.
He's staying still as I can.
Hey, it's okay, dude. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on.
All right, my friends, it is time. We have arrived at that liberal pool of madness, and we are going to be jumping in head first. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone.
had a king, we wouldn't be able to have the protest.
No, we would. We would.
And what does your sign say?
We have the right to protest. And Trump would say no, by the way. Trump would say no.
If Trump would say no, we wouldn't be having a protest.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Well, we have a protest.
You're talking about ICE going over and throwing people away?
What I'm saying is we do have our right to protest. I don't believe Trump is stopping your right to protest because we're having this today.
He's trying to. Are you seeing what sort of stuff he's saying?
He's not here stopping it.
Are you kidding me? Trump would have to be in 101. Trump would have to be in over 1,000 locations to stop these protests. These are happening all over the country today. It doesn't matter. Of course he's not here to stop it. You really think that the New York City police would allow him to go over and send troops to stop this protest? This is entirely legal.
But if we had a king, we wouldn't be able to have the protest.
No, we would. We would. We would. The worst dictatorships in the world have protests. You don't understand that. Do you really think that a dictator, a king, is all powerful? No, they're weak. They are weak. They make a country weak. Every time that a king... You realize what happened? The most recent dictators?
Yeah,
They died. They died in World War II, and their countries were taken over. They were weak.
If I see one more post calling the No Kings protest performative, I'm going to have a meltdown. If you think it's performative, don't go, and you go do something that isn't performative and leave it to the rest of us. A third of this country didn't vote. We need numbers. Save your condescending bullshit for actual fascists. I'm going to go insane. We need more people on our team. We lost. I don't care if you think it was rigged or not. They showed up. We didn't. So let people fucking show up.
Well, I'm actually impressed. There was a moment of truth and clarity on the left. Maybe there's hope for them after all.
If they take away SNAP benefits in the November and December, y'all better be stealing from Walmarts, big corporations, Whole Foods. Stay away from the small stores and family-owned stuff. Especially people in Albuquerque, companies are going to be really mad if they lose money, especially if everyone who lost food stamps just starts stealing.
I had a job interview where they told me I had to remove my piercings, and I said, oh, is that a deal breaker? And they said, why? You can't put them on and take them back off every day? I said, yes, of course I can, but I don't want to do that. My thing is, right, you have meth heads in the back cooking your food, but my piercing is where you draw the line? I won't be working for you.
Initially, I had a tough time guessing what establishment, but as soon as she said meth heads are cooking in the back, I instantly went to Waffle House. That's horrible, but it's true. Anyways, let me know what you thought the establishment, or what is the establishment she's talking about.
You got me tongue twisted, dude.
Doesn't know what fetishes are?
Yeah. Hey, Tommy! You guys are sexual deviants.
You're a Christian? Who would Jesus knock the out? You fake Christian bitch! You fake Christian bitch! Who would Jesus?
Jesus said obey the laws of the land. You illegals are not obeying the laws of the land.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and I do appreciate it. Let's get back to the show.
Hello. I would like to say something to the people that have been putting the rude comments on the post of my son in the dress. It was not a Halloween costume. It was not a Halloween dance. My son was going to a school dance and wanted to wear a dress. It is 2025, people. Grow the f*** up. If you don't like what you see, move the f*** on. Did your parents not raise you to teach you if you can't say something nice, don't say something at all?
Well, my parents actually taught me not to wear a dress.
Well, now I just did. Keep your rude comments to yourself, okay? I have raised my child to be
gay,
and I accept him for who he is, and his friends accept him for who he is. If you don't like who he is, as I've said, move the on. Keep your rude ass comments to yourself. okay? Because I've been deleting them. That is the problem with this world. People are not acceptable of other people that are different. Well, too bad that people don't fit in your little box. Not my problem. But I will continue to delete the rude-ass comments that are on the post that I put of him. You don't like what you see? Scroll the on. And leave my son alone. Thank you. Rant over. Goodbye.
Does that mean like anyone could become non-binary if they felt like it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is there like, how do you know though? Like, how do I know I'm not non-binary?
Well, you don't. You have to explore your gender. You have to explore sexuality. You have to explore what feels right for you. I believe in trans rights, and I'm non-binary myself.
So that means you're neither male or female?
Yes.
How do you come to that conclusion?
Well, I'm autistic, and I'm never fitting with anyone. So I just think I'm just that. That's how it is.
Could that then like argue that sometimes it could be like a medical issue that needs to be looked at first rather than saying you are non-binary as a straight conclusion?
No, it's not a medical condition. And to be non-binary, it's a blessing, really.
A blessing? Really? Because I don't think anybody looking like that is going to be walking around in heaven. Now, that's not to say she can't get to heaven herself, because she can. I'm just saying that when in heaven, she's not going to be looking like that, okay? She's not going to be rocking the red hair, the spiked collar, the crazy eye makeup. She's going to be looking normal, and you all know what I'm talking about. I came across a picture, and it just made me kind of go, huh. So let me share that with you. I need feminism because my vagina has a voice. And I'm thinking, well, my dear, if you are hearing voices, I don't think it's coming from down there. I'm pretty sure it's coming from your head. I think you might need some serious help. Let's see what some other people have to say. Michael D. Carney says, in all fairness, there are lips. Gosh. Iverness Girl says, did they make a movie about that? Yeah, I think it was called Teeth, if I'm not mistaken. I have not seen it, but I'm pretty sure it's, yeah. Just go check it out if you want to know. It's Teeth.
Sansos.
Ow. Arrête, il me manque de temps, arrête. Moi j'ai un trou entre mes dents, bah ouais.
Look, it's really simple. If you import third world people, you're going to become a third world country. This is simply the fruits of a wide open immigration policy. You know, they reap what they sow. All right, my friends, it is time to play People Who Don't Want a Border Wall. That's right, my friends. There are people out there that do not want a border wall. Guess at home and see if you can get the correct answer. Let's start. First, we have cartels. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Yes. Human traffickers. Obvious choice as well. MS-13. All right, I hope you're doing good at home here in the guessing. Drug smugglers. All right, it's the usual suspects for sure. Terrorists. They definitely don't want a border wall. And let's see who else doesn't want a border wall. Yes, Democrats, of course. Above everybody else, they do not want a border wall. All right, my friends, thank you for playing People Who Don't Want a Border Wall. We'll see you next time.
Oftentimes, we've even found as legislators, when we go into these courts, the term violent crime is even used when people are stealing packages. Violent crime is even used when people are accused of burglary and there happens to be a housing unit in that same dwelling. So violence is an artificial construction. And we have to be very clear that what is happening here with these district attorneys, that is violence. That is violence of the highest degree.
You don't deserve to be here. You do not deserve to be here, bro. You're white men. Do you know? You're white men talking about women's issues.
Why does our skin color matter?
Your skin color allows you certain things that it does not allow me. You're not gonna invalidate me as a black man.
I'm not.
I am literally emasculated every day. Do not invalidate me, bro. Stop. You
I'm
cannot
not
come to
invalid-
it, but you
and
cannot
that-
come to a park like this where it's for
You're
misfits.
invalidating
It's
me
for-
by
no,
saying
you're-
that.
Oh, so you're the victim, right? So
If
you're the victim.
kicking me out of the park.
Yeah,
yes.
you don't deserve to be here. You do not deserve to be here, bro. You do not deserve to be here with these opinions, sir.
No, he's talking.
You see how they talk to me first? You see how they talk to me first?
You're yelling. You're yelling. If you wasn't yelling, if you was talking normal and calm, they wouldn't come at you first. They would come and say, what's the problem?
Oh, wait a minute. You dropped this. There you go.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
That man is a grifter. He is not a man of God. And let me tell you, if I was in that line and I gave that gentleman 2 checks for $1,200 or 1,000 and one for 200, and he made that comment, I would have reached over and grabbed those checks and ripped it up and thrown it right back in his face, walked out of that place, never to return. Let's see what some other people have to say. Cyberbully says, imagine donating $1,200 and still getting hit with an itemized receipt of shame from the pulpit. Preacher really said, God loves a cheerful giver, but he wanted 800 more. Ugh, it makes me sick. This is why people stream church and self-study now. No risk of catching financial smite in 4K. That's funny. But you know what? That's true. A lot of people do stream church services. I know my church has that available. They send you a link, so you can watch the sacrament at least live. Once the sacrament meeting's done, everything goes down. But it's very convenient. But let's see what other people have to say. Hightower 2180 says, this is what gives Christians a bad name. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. He definitely is. Blade Viper, cool name, says, that's not a preacher, that's a demon preying on the congregation. And you are totally right. Lauren G says, his net worth is estimated, and I will tell you, now apparently this guy's name is Marvin Winans, and he is an absolutely horrible person and kind of soulless, if you ask me. But how much do you think his net worth is? Do you think it's 100K? 300K? A million? Yeah, well, let's take a look. Yeah, $5 million. There's a special category for people like this in the scriptures, and I'm going to greatly paraphrase. But it says, people will speak the words of God, but their tongues will be far from him. Well, this is this guy exactly. And he's going to have such a rude awakening when he passes on to the next life. And he comes up to Jesus and he's like, hey, I've been a good and faithful steward. And Jesus is going to look at him and say, and you are? Yeah. And they say we're the cult.
30 days until I leave the United States for good. Hi, my name's Ember, and on today's update, I just wanted to share, I guess a common question people have been asking is, how do you do this? What's the number one thing that you need to do to leave the country? The number one thing you need is courage. You need a pair in order to leave everything, leave everyone, leave all your comfort behind. Now, I've gone traveling for months before in my life, and I've lived out of a backpack before in my life, and it's not a pleasant lifestyle at times. Traveling, you have to be willing to go through a lot of uncomfortable situations. You have to have a lot of people just dragging you down too. Side note, I won against my bullies. I silenced them and they were crying to mommy. So just stick up for yourself. Have courage, be brave, be bold, and just put one foot in front of the other. You don't have to have anything else figured out. Put one foot in front of the other and you will get there.
I could watch those self-deportation videos all day long. Look, if these people have such myopic vision that they cannot see that the USA is the greatest nation that ever existed in the history of the entire world, well, then good riddance. Bye.
Today, there's been like several customers who literally hoarse, raspy ass voices and throats. They can barely speak. And then a handful of other customers who are sniffling and coughing and blah, blah, blah. And then I literally like saw this mom who was like coughing all over everything, and she has her baby in a stroller, and like a little baby, not even like one who can crawl yet, like a young baby. And all I can think about is like, wow, all of these people are gonna get airborne AIDS.
What did you say? What the f did you just say?
That little baby is gonna get airborne AIDS.
She's crazy.
And like, I'm personally not going to have children. I'm not interested in that. It's so disheartening to see people who are clearly like aligned in similar values just like not be wearing a mask. And it's like, you know, you are potentially disabling everyone in this room if you have a cough or a sniffle.
What, are you retarded?
Yeah, you are harming these people unintentionally. And I know that that is something that is difficult to grapple with when you care about injustice in the world. Like, you care about Gaza, right? There's COVID in Gaza. Like, COVID can come from the US or from Canada or from Europe, from anywhere, and end up in Gaza, because that's how airborne illness works.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
It's time for Dave's Detox. Wow. All right. Somebody went a little crazy.
Did you do that?
And I'll be doing the Plains Rally this year to raise awareness for the problem facing African elephants.
I think someone wants to play.
At the moment, we're facing a war against poaching.
Oh, nice. He's playing ball. Kind of. He's happy about it. Oh gosh. Some baby goat. That would be like worst case scenario. You have to get a new gate. Wow. Smart guy. No.
No, no, no. Stay outside.
Somebody really wants to go inside. What's the holdup here, lady? Just let him go inside. Ow! Aw, he's a little cutie. He's like, get out of here. I'm about to be adopted. Aw, that's cute. I'd have to adopt them both. All right, my friends, that's it for today. I really do hope you enjoyed the episode, and thank you very much to everyone that subscribed, and to all those that hit that thumbs up. Thank you very much. And look, if you decided to share the episode today, well, that's a bonus. Thank you. All right, until the next episode, stay safe, know that you're loved and appreciated, and until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear. Let the thoughts build up until I can't hear.